Welcome back to BYO Beats Podcast, your beer and music podcast. We are here with our guest, Dr. Remus Webb. We are on to segment number 3, the Guilty Pleasure. The beer selection for this one, we never really landed on an answer, so we all kind of just got something. And that's the best kind of beer, so whatever's available, right? So I grabbed a sour. This is a passion fruit sour from Sanitas Brewing Company out of Boulder, Colorado. So I've never had anything from this brewery, so I'm looking forward to it. Got a nice owl on the can with a star above his head. So I don't know, passion fruit sour. We'll see how it goes.
Nice. I have from Decadent Ales the coconut passiflora. I don't really know what a passiflora is. It says something about it here. Okay, it's the South Pacific version of also Decadent Ales Multiflora double IPA. But this is a double IPA with coconut. I don't know about this.
Yeah, that sounds
that's why I
interesting.
figured acquired taste is the next one, but a guilty pleasure, maybe, because I think a lot of people would hear this and be like, "No, never." So they think like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" That you would want a coconut IPA. So for somebody out there, this is probably a guilty pleasure.
All right. Remus, what'd you get?
It was 885 Porter from Winding Path. Malty roasty porter with notes of toffee and chocolate. Man, they're out of Dallastown, Pennsylvania. I've never heard of Winding Path, but super seems like.
That's interesting that you get a Pennsylvania beer that none of us have heard of.
Yeah.
in Georgia. That's awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. Hopefully, there's not a reason that we haven't heard of it.
So I did want to ask about I will say guilty pleasure is the hardest choice for most people to make for song and for beer, because a lot of people have a hard time with being guilty about what they like. So it's totally understandable. But do you just enjoy most beers, Remus? Is that kind of what it was? Like,
yes. There's
okay.
I haven't come across too many that I'm like, I can't do this. Yeah.
The odd question, but I have a way to go. Do you like carrot cake?
Yes.
You do? Oh, well then this wouldn't work. Okay. I had a carrot cake beer on the show one time, and I loved it because I do like carrot cake. So Lance LeDuc was on the show a couple of years ago, and he also had this carrot cake beer. He hated carrot cake though, so it's not good.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I would get it in a beer though. That'd probably make me like,
You might be surprised.
Really?
Yeah, I thought. I don't know. You tell me. I'll text you the name of it, and you tell me if you ever get it. All right?
Yeah. Do it. I'll try it.
All right.
Yeah, this sour I've got is pretty not sour. Like, it's tart, but it's not like a lot of sours kind of punch you in the face because they're so extremely sour. It's like you're eating one of those sour candies. But this is like really palatable.
This is weird. That's all I got so far. I taste coconut. Sort of. It's like somehow they made a coconut flavored hop. I don't know if I'm finishing this one. We'll see. Maybe it'll grow on me. Remus, how's your
Porter.
Pennsylvania.
It's interesting. It reminds me of something from Founders. I can't recall though.
It could just be their porter. I don't know.
Yeah, their porter, and maybe I looked at breakfast stout over Christmas time, and it just could. I didn't get it, so it could be that tastes like
Okay.
you should have drank me. But no, it's good, really smooth.
Mm.
I bet it.
Cool. All right. Guilty pleasure. Always a quick one at the start, and then once we get to the music, then we go off the rails. So let's do this.
Oh yeah. All right. So for the selection, we're gonna take a quick break and listen to this. Listeners, you're gonna have some homework. So once again, this is available on the BYO Beats podcast, the complete collection playlist. You're probably gonna want to scroll near the bottom if you're listening live. Otherwise, you're looking for the song "Scientists and Engineers" by Killer Mike. So we're gonna listen to that, and yeah, it should be linked. And if you can't find a link, you can search it on Spotify, BYO Beats Podcast, the complete collection, or you can go to our link tree. That's going to be linktr.ee/BYO Beats, or in our Instagram bio at BYO Beats _podcast. Link right there in the bio, link tree. It'll be right there. So, Scientists and Engineers by Killer Mike. We're going to listen and be right back. So we just listened to Scientists and Engineers by Killer Mike featuring Andre 3000, Eryn Allen Kane, and Future. So, Remus, what makes this your guilty pleasure song?
Think being raised in the church, classically trained. I love jazz. But rap is like energizes me, and I can't play it anywhere really. I can't play it in front of my daughter. I would never like play that with her. She's like 15, and I know she listens to crazy stuff too. But I would never like play it for her yet. But the language of it, and what it does for me, like in 3000's verse. The artistry of it is like, man, it energizes me to go, practice some euphonium etudes. Weirdly enough, it's like, that's what I listen to before I go play Bach chorales. That gets me excited to hear people being so creative. And I don't know if there's a music that does that for me. Certain jazz songs, but A Night Tunisia, if I find the right version. But that song, there's some particular hip hop songs that are like, my alter ego comes out and I'm like, I play trumpet. That trumpet player attitude. Not a nice euphonium player, because we have manners. But it gives me in that trumpet playing mode, like super aggressive, and I can't play it everywhere. I can't. I'm teaching a music appreciation class now. So every now and then I slip it in, and college age, I know, you guys are listening to crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So I try to slip a little bit of my music in there, and it always catches them off guard because they see me, oh, you're a teacher, professor. You listen to Bach, Mozart, and Beethoven. I'm like, ugh. No. This is what I listen to.
Yeah.
But, even though Killer Mike won a Grammy for that just last year, none of the kids know who he is. 3000, they know a little bit about Outkast, even being like 3 hours from Atlanta and having kids from Atlanta. Outkast hasn't come out with an album in years. So they're not as relevant.
Yeah.
As the last thing they know Andre 3000 did was the Flute album. So it's like, he's weird. I'm like, he's like one of the best lyricists in the world.
Yeah.
Like, ever. So I think it's almost an alter ego. Like I walk around with that hip hop in the back of my head as I go on stage and play. You know, um, Bachcello suites. Yeah, it's it's what gets me going. Gets me going. Always does.
Huh. That's cool. I did when I was going through high school. I grew up in Grosse Pointe, Michigan. It's close enough to Detroit to have gotten some musical influence from the city of Detroit. So there was a lot of hip hop, or at least the surface level of hip hop around me. So that was like my get hype music. Like certain Eminem songs were like my get hype music before concerts, just because Eminem's a certain case, and that's certainly not this vibe of the song we just listened to. But in terms of rap artists, he's in everyone's top 5 for sure. His focus was what made him really great, whether it be on the lyrics, on the rhythm, on the amount of words he sang in a song. That was his thing. So that's why he was the person that I picked to focus myself at that point in my life. Eventually, I didn't really need to get hype music because the performance anxiety stuff kind of went away after being in marching band, performing in front of 75,000. You're just like, okay, it's just because I'm in front of my parents and my 5 best friends at my recital, I think I'll be okay. But yeah, I think it's the focus that you need to make an etude sound great. So that might be what you're getting at. I don't know.
Yeah. It's that, man. It sounds easy, and rap gets it doesn't get the credit as it deserves, because I think if everyone's tried the rap, like, that's easy, and then you
Sure.
start doing it, it's like, holy like how did he put together those words? And even Eminem, like, those words don't rhyme, but somehow you made them sound like they rhyme.
Right.
And the way it flows, and seeing freestyle, it's that laser focus, or and deep down I know they spent hours practicing and perfecting this. And it's like, like seeing somebody, like, their work come to fruition. It's like, wow, man, like that's it. That's
Yeah.
it. That's awesome. That what you're doing is crazy.
Yeah. And that's why when I think of people like Lil Wayne, who say they go into the booth, they just do it whatever way they're feeling it that day. I'm just like, okay, so you're like one of those piano players that was just born knowing how to play the piano. Like you just had that with your own words. That's not fair.
Not at all.
I love those videos where it's like Lil Wayne reacting to his own lyrics, and he was like, "I wrote that. I said that. That's pretty good."
Yeah.
But yeah, so that mild obsession in high school with really wanting to like rap music turned into, I'll say, half a research paper that I've talked about on the show several times. I was taking a folk music seminar to finish my undergrad with Dr. Prouty. And he was like, I want you guys to research a certain type of folk music. And we had done so many different exercises defining what folk music was. I was like, I think I can prove that hip hop is a folk music and has roots in the same place that standard folk music comes from. And I was like, okay, I got back to the dozens. And I was like, what? This is so much technique. This is totally poetic. It's not really necessarily making music. It's just an art form that is set to music eventually. Like it's just, and the dozens are there's videos out there that are just so fun to watch because they're having so much fun doing it. Everyone around them, it's like watching dance battles of like people today. It's just like, I don't know, just people doing their freaking thing.
Yeah. How did Prouty take that?
He enjoyed the idea. So it was a summer class,
Okay.
and we didn't have time to write a full research paper. So he was like, I want you to do a presentation on what you would write the research paper about.
Oh, nice.
I think if I would have proceeded with a full research paper, I would have had a really hard time finding documentation to back myself up. I did have like potential background sources that he required on the assignment, but it could have been done. But I'm not a great research person. That's why I decided after the master's program, I was like, I think I'm going to be done with school for a little bit. I don't know if I like this enough to do all that comes with the DMA.
Yeah. That's cool. But the dozens is crazy. You don't hear that term that often.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. And that's almost like it's almost one of those secret words. Like, oh, you actually did do. Like, how do you know that word?
I did. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I read a lot that summer. Well,
Yeah.
and honestly, I hate reading. So I was punishing myself just a little bit. So it was, I messed up my last semester of undergrad. I failed one class in that last semester. And I got lucky. My advisor was smart enough to call Dr. Prouty and say, hey, I can make this work for him. It's a grad level class. It's over the summer. I had to commute from home like an hour and a half, 3 times a week. I didn't have a car yet, so I was borrowing my dad's car, paying for the gas in his giant Yukon XL. So it was like a $70 tank every week. It's like, oh my God. But hey, I got the degree out of it, and it was one of my favorite classes I took at MSU. So
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Prouty's cool, man. He's one of those that gets a bad rep.
Yeah, he's harsh. He can be harsh. That's lots of professors there. Newman was a huge one that people really didn't like how he did things.
Yeah. He's one of my favorites now.
Right.
Oh man, he reminds me, the way he teaches reminds me of the dozens. His honesty was like, yeah, that's terrible. Like,
yeah.
Ooh. Like you said that in front of everybody about this person's arrangement. That's not
that's not cool. But
yeah, if it's terrible, it's terrible. It's an honesty to it, and every now and then, he'll just say something weird, and you'll be like talking bad about somebody,
right?
And then one person to get it. It's like, oh man, he's rough. But yeah, he's super cool.
Yeah. All those professors. We had Dr. Ray on the show last. Oh gosh, 2 Decembers ago now, right?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, season 2.
Yeah.
She was great, and I've emailed Dr. Prouty. I think I'm gonna try to Facebook message him, see if I can get something going to get him on this show because, I think he would have a lot of fun, and I'm pretty sure he's a beer drinker too. So
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right.
I do want to ask one thing quickly, bringing it back to this song. So this is with you mentioned talking about Andre 3000 and this song being by Killer Mike. Those are both Atlanta guys. Do you find yourself, when it comes to like a guilty pleasure, quote unquote, do you find yourself gravitating towards any one particular region when it comes to hip hop? Because that's another thing with hip hop and rap is a lot of times you get like West Coast or East Coast or Detroit, Chicago. Those are both kind of their own little things. And then Atlanta is its own little hub as well. So do you find yourself listening to like one of those styles in particular or all across?
I think all across. I think if I had to think about, I could name a guilty pleasure from every single region. Chicago, I got one off top. West Coast to probably be something by Tupac. East Coast, I mean Wu-Tang, Biggie, Jay-Z, you know, even Texas, you know, they have a certain style. So I think it can be all around it. I think it's what they talk about that gets me going. It's like, oh yeah,
Yes.
that's it.
Makes me think of T Grizzly, just because so many people in Michigan are so about him, and
Yeah.
it makes me wonder. I was like, is it just because he said Michigan State in first day out, right?
Didn't he got kicked out of one of the dorms, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
He did a lot of things.
Legendary.
Yeah,
All right.
that was it. We can get to ratings now.
Yes, sir.
Keep it moving. So I had the passion fruit sour from Sanitas Brewing Company. I do have one little sip here to finalize my score. And I gotta say, for a sour, this does not taste sour. I'm used to sours being like, a lot of the ones we get on the show are like super aggressive. This one is way toned down. It's almost more of like a fruited ale than an actual sour. It's super fruity and bright, which is awesome. I get a lot of the passion fruit, which is great. And for me, I personally am a big fan that it doesn't punch you in the face. But I know a lot of people will pick up a sour and be like, oh man, it's not sour. So, I don't know. For me, I'm going with a 4. I like it. I'd buy it again.
I do that with Sour Patch Kids. They're never that sour. Like, I don't know, but that's because I've had warheads. But anyway, for this coconut passiflora double IPA with coconut, still strange. I definitely did not finish this beer, and I probably won't. It's not bad, but keeping coconut in mind makes it taste a little gross at the end. Because like it morphs from like the aftertaste that you get from a hoppy beer into sweetness, and I was no, it doesn't quite work. It's interesting. I'm doing it a 2.5. Unfortunate.
I'm almost done with mine.
Nice.
So it's up there. It's extra smooth. It's way smoother than what I thought. So this 885 porter, I'd say 475. Like it's really, really smooth. Smoother than what I thought it would be. More chocolate than anything, but it's really good.
Awesome. I'll have to be on the lookout for that. All right, with that, we're going to rinse out our glasses, pour our next drinks, and be back at you for segment number 4.
Welcome back to BYO Beats. We're into the acquired taste with our guest Remus Webb, and today we are drinking Guinness. I messed up. I got extra stout Guinness. It's the same.
I'm curious. What's the percentage on that?
5.6.
Okay.
Maybe a little more.
It is the Draught Stout original nitrogenified in the can is 4.1.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I didn't know it was that low. I feel like we have this discussion every time.
Probably. Yeah. Either way, we like Guinness on the show for sure. But Remus, you're saying you didn't always like Guinness that much?
No. It tastes like the olives with the pit in the middle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it tastes like olives to me at first, but it was one of those things. Just keep sipping. Then it just sort of mellowed out. It's just immature taste buds, I think.
Okay, not something you can really forget what it tastes like.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't forget the feeling. It's strange. Certain beers I feel at different points in my stomach. Most stouts I feel at the bottom of my stomach. IPAs kind of sit in the middle. Lagers sit kind of middle to high. Guinness is the highest one. It feels like it's trying to push itself back out. It's not that I don't like it. It's not like I'm going to throw it up. It's just I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that the ones that come in the can are nitro, so maybe they sit a little higher. I guess I haven't tried that with other nitro stouts. But yeah, it makes you feel real full real fast. So I've made sure don't eat much food when you're going to be drinking Guinness. You guys drink beer and eat food, or not so much?
Usually. Usually for me, it's like a summertime thing. I got to cook out or something.
Okay. I think it's really hard because like I like them separately, obviously, but like I've got after we're done with this, I've got some butter chicken for dinner, and I'm just like, would a beer go with butter chicken? I don't even know. I feel like probably not. You're right, Johnny, but like
I feel like the more complicated the flavor palette, the less likely it is to pair. And that goes for both food and beer. So like that's why like a burger and a domestic go so good together, because they're very nonchalant flavor profiles. Like there's nothing super spicy. It's all very mellow. So that's why it pairs well. And it's a lot of salt and fat.
Okay.
I need to read that book.
Which one?
It's like salt, fat, acid, heat, something like that. The 4 components of taste. Or those are like the 4 things.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I don't know if I would.
It's like the science of food and making the science of things tasting good.
The last food book I got is called Soup Salad Sandwiches. So I'm on a little different wavelength than what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know if I could drink Guinness with maybe like onion rings.
Oh, that wouldn't be bad. Well, I think there's certain things out there that are served with Guinness on purpose.
Anyways, yeah. Any more notes on Guinness, or we can just get straight to the song?
I'll just say this Guinness Extra Stout is getting much more coffee flavored than I get from a regular Guinness. And it is not sitting high, like I was talking about earlier.
Oh,
so that's nice.
Could be the
for right now.
Yeah. All right. Well, then we'll go straight into the music. So we're gonna take a quick break and listen to this. This is from Giovanni Gabrieli, Canzon, Septimi, Toni, number 1, performed by the Philadelphia Brass. So we're gonna listen to that and be right back. So we just listened to Canzon, Septimi, Toni, number 1. This was performed by the Philadelphia Brass Ensemble, amongst some others listed on Spotify. But Giovanni Gabrieli, that was the important part. So Remus, tell us why this is your guilty pleasure or acquired taste.
I think the time period, man, you think about Renaissance Baroque music, is like, oh shoot, who wants to listen to that? But I would definitely ride down the street, bumping some antiphonal brass.
Yes.
Right after some, Andre 3000. And it's like, yeah. It goes together. It's just, I don't know why, but yeah, man, it's weird. It's weird. I don't know. They were, man, easy music again to listen to and analyze, but then when you start doing it, it's like, holy smokes, this is actually really complex and difficult. And thinking when they wrote it, it's like, oh, they were way before their time, like in creating counter melodies and melodies, and we're gonna come in on the 5th now. Oh, that's easy, and make it work, and then we'll mix it up, and then land all on 1 at the end with a nice major chord.
Right. Like nothing ever happened.
Yeah. Forget all that other stuff. What's your favorite part? The end.
Yep.
But it's interesting, man. It's I think I like things that seem easy to, I guess non-musicians, and then we get to doing it. It's like this is actually very difficult to put together, like multiple choirs
Yes.
or one man on a part, one man or woman on a part. Is like, no, you got to stand on your own, and it's super easy to get lost.
Yeah.
Difficult to play, articulation, being on point as far as just tone and accuracy. But it sounds easy. Like, oh yeah, major key, no key changes, no crazy meters. It might throw, a shorter bar in there every now and then, but super easy, but super complex to put together. And it's Renaissance music. It's like, I've never been to a Renaissance fair, but one day I'll go.
Yeah.
Maybe go play at one.
That'd be cool. Yeah, Gabrieli always makes me think Christmas first, but then eventually I'm just like, I don't know, this isn't like familiar enough to be Christmas music. So then I go to the one time I went to Medieval Times in Toronto, which, if you don't know what that is, it's basically knights in shining armor that fight each other like professional wrestlers.
Did you have to eat with your hands?
Yeah. They serve like a turkey leg and like a couple other things. And there was, I'm pretty sure it was like with a Diet Coke or something. Weird, but yeah, Gabrieli, I was first exposed to him at Michigan State when I was offered the honors quintet spot. It was hard to get into at first because at that point it was supposed to come all together at like the big People's Church concert. So we would practice one part of the choir together and we're just like, this sounds so empty. And then we get to People's Church and this is a church with a balcony and they put each choir in each side of the balcony and they're like, okay, go. And we're like, what do you mean? Like, we can't hear them. We can barely hear us because we're bouncing off every wall in this place. So, yeah, not only is it crazy that it was so ahead of its time, the fact that they were that good of musicians already back then, I don't know. It's hard to say that they were or not. That's another can of worms you can come up with, like, were period... Were periods of music that are that far back going to sound anything like modern instruments? You have no idea.
Yeah.
You can try to say yes or no. You can make assumptions based on what certain instruments were made of or whatever. The best guess is what we can do now. So I do love the fact that it sounds so easy, though, and that you brought that up. I was like, this sounds effortless. And for Philly and Chicago to bring their two brass sections together, like, that's awesome. That must have been a loud auditorium where they were recording this.
Yeah. Who was conducting when you played Gabrieli at People's Church?
Phil Cinder was.
Yep. He's a wonderful conductor.
Is he? I don't really remember. No, okay.
No. He's good. He's
Gotcha.
good, but I can see there. Yeah, I can see him doing it. But yeah. That's cool, man. And in that church. Woof. It probably
wasn't amazing.
Oh man, overwhelming. Yeah.
We were doubling parts too. It was just a wash of sound. I'm sure we didn't record it for that reason. So
thanks. Just go to battle. Meet you at the end of one of those things.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of gigs recently like that.
My fault. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's fine. I was just gonna say, like, with this kind of like Baroque Renaissance style, that's a really good point you just made, Doss, about it being doubled on a part. Just the nature of the music is to be kind of extra, right? In and of itself, it's going to be out there. It's there for you to consume, and you don't really have to think about it because it's just right there in front of you. So, you start adding two people on the same part, and that's going to quickly snowball into something that's almost overwhelming to even listen to.
100%. Yeah. It's like that's a weird thing that actually I think Canadian Brass has pretty much mastered that. I saw them, that would have been 2016 or 17, for one of their Christmas concerts. They came to Wharton Center at MSU, and they had Chuck, the tuba player, on stage, the two trumpet players on opposite aisles, and the trombone and horn players were in the middle aisles. And I don't remember if it was a Gabrieli piece, but they played a full piece halfway in the audience. And I was like, okay, you guys are ridiculous. Yeah, go listen to some brass music if you're hearing this and think that it's something for you.
Yeah, if you guys have anything else, I'll maybe look for a playlist or something that we can plug.
Oh, I don't have anything off the top of my head, but yeah, anything Gabrielle would work. I don't really want to go far away from that, just because that he's probably your go-to brass Renaissance composer.
Yeah, he's safe.
Yeah,
It's like you're not gonna get any duds or anything, or
yeah, no,
too baroque.
Yeah. Well, and just like today, I'm sure the world of music is always oversaturated. There's always a ton of people that write music, and it could be great. It just doesn't always reach the surface. And there's so many pieces of music that were literally destroyed over the course of time. So but we don't know what we're missing, really.
Yeah, so what you can do is if you go onto Spotify and you just type Giovanni Gabrieli, he has like an artist page, and it's so funny because the picture is like just this old picture of him.
Okay.
like the hand drawn type deal. There's a lot of songs on here, give it a listen. Literally the most popular release is the Christmas album, so yeah, very cool. I love when we get this type of music on the show because it's always such a nice change of pace.
Yeah.
Shall we get to ratings then?
I think so.
Guinness always impresses me with how light it feels, texture-wise. But the flavor doesn't reflect that. It's got a nice full flavor despite, not sitting in your stomach like a rock. So I think I usually go with a 4, so I'm going to stick with a 4.
So this Guinness Extra Stout is reminding me of drinking black coffee, like a really good black coffee, like the kind that a lot of the time when you go to Starbucks or Big B or wherever you want to go, and you just get they just give you a cup and it's just the thing that you push down and that's your coffee. But usually that's like a burnt taste in that because it's been sitting there for however many hours. This is right to the edge of it tasting burnt. And then it goes back away with the bitterness. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going with 4.25.
Nice.
Cool. All right, and Remus will be enjoying his Guinness later after this.
Yeah.
That's going to do it for this week's episode. If you like our show, give us a follow, subscribe, all those good things. Rate us 5 stars, like, comment, share. All those internet things. So Instagram is going to be at @BYOBeats_podcast. If you would like to reach out to us via email, if you have a beer you'd like us to listen to, album to review, artist, anything like that, or you just want to say hi, byobeats.business@gmail.com. Go ahead and send us an email. We're also, by this point, we've probably gone live on Twitch a couple of times, so check us out on Twitch, twitch.tv/BYOBeats_podcast. That's all the things. We're going to rinse out our glasses, pour our next ones, be back at you next week for our last 2 segments.